Hey, we are now anchored in St. Martin. I don't think we did a vlog since we got here. We got here yesterday morning early. It was a pretty hectic sail coming in. Definitely our worst night. It was high 20s, gusting into the 30s. Our auto helm crapped out, so we ended up hand steering the last like 12 hours. But we made it here, so it's all safe, all good. Sunset here looks pretty nice now. We are preparing for Tropical Storm Beryl, I think it was called, and we're expecting, like, you know, gusts to 40 or into the 40s, which isn't that horrible considering we were just sailing in the 30s. So, and you know, we let out a little anchor rode, a little extra rode. We got 100 feet of chain out, and we're only in 12 to 14 feet of water.
We'll clean up our cockpit, we'll take down the...
Yeah, we'll take down this guy. We already put the dinghy on the bow and lashed it down, so it's not in the water and gonna get flipped over or anything. And
put an anchor alarm on.
yeah, we'll probably keep an anchor watch tonight. The worst of the wind is probably coming around dawn.
We're in Marigot Bay.
Yeah, Marigot Bay.
You can still see the impact of the hurricane.
Oh yeah,
which is
Hurricane Maria is everywhere here still.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know if you can see these hotels behind us, but they are all missing roofs right now. And if you go into Simpson Lagoon, there are boats sunk everywhere, and they're pushed up onto the beaches, and you know, it's the hurricane impact is still very obvious. But the bars are open, the beaches have blue water, and there's no reason not to come here. Everything's up and running pretty much. There might be fewer hotel rooms available.
Fewer restaurants and bars, but there's still lots of great stuff. We did use a guidebook and some of the things that we tried to go to a supermarket, and it no longer exists because of the hurricane. So you just check before you go if you're using an older guidebook. So.
Right. Lagoonies is still there.
Yeah,
Cruiser Hangout. We went there yesterday. Cheap drinks. Yeah, a lot of stuff is more expensive in the Caribbean, but drinks not so much. Wine was like $3 a bottle.
Nice wine.
Yeah. That was what was the place called?
Super U is a great
Super U.
Super U.
Super U. And that's a short walk, like half a mile walk. It wasn't bad.
Good selection.
Yeah, things are going good.
Yeah.
I think we're going to, we dropped off laundry at Simply's. Right? Shrimpies.
Shrimpies, thank you.
Shrimpies. Simply's was the supermarket that closed.
They looked a little overwhelmed by our bag. I think they're used to like cruisers with tiny little bags, and I gave them like a college size, like army duffel bag.
Because she's trying to change her clothes every day. She thinks she has to have 7 outfits for 7 days.
And I like to use a new towel all the time, so it's like half full of towels and sheets and...
Things will change when we have to do our own laundry.
They were shocked.
And the sticker price, when they charge $12 per load, that's because they're doing it. There's other laundry services here that you can do it yourself for half that, $6 a load, which isn't that, I don't think, that far off a laundromat in the U.S. I don't go to laundromats, but I would imagine $2 for a wash or $3 for the dryer, so that's $5 for a load. Isn't that far?
I think Avery wanted to talk about the reaction.
Hi girls, what's up?
They were like, and Mom told them there was like 3 loads. They had, there's like 3 loads. And there was also 3 dogs. There was 2 black dogs and 1 tan dog.
Yeah.
And even though they were closed, they were still there because it's their house, and so they were willing to just take the laundry anyway, and they said they would get it to us sometime tomorrow after 4, which was great.
Yeah, the people here have been great. We've had so much help from just the local cruisers. We pulled into anchor. One of the guys yelled over to us, "Hey, don't anchor there. Anchor farther up that way. It'll be less rolly." And then they helped out with customs and immigration. We were going to go do the official customs and immigration at the Port Authority. And they said, no, there's these kiosks. Don't go to the Port Authority. They charge you extra money. you go to these kiosks there's one in Island Waterworld in Marigot, and there's one next to the BP fuel dock at Il Marine, the little
and you just make
marine
a
store.
donation of whatever you want.
Yeah, you make a donation, you fill out on the computer your information, and they just sign it, and that's it. You're done, and it was free.
Daddy also shaved today. He shaved off his beard.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right. That's the first time I've shaved in like 3 weeks.
But now it's pointy.
It's pointy. It's scratchy now. Yeah, it's gonna get scratchier.
The girls did some swimming today. How was your swimming with the sea turtle?
Yeah, we saw a sea turtle while you were swimming. And yesterday we were at Simpson Bay.
Went to the beach.
Anything else, guys?
Hi.
It's time for goodbye.
Hi and bye.
I dropped our dinghy lock, which was brand new, stainless steel, $30 lock. I lifted it up by the keychain, and it fell off right into the water. And yeah, right at the ferry dock in like 20 feet of murky water. So I don't think I'm getting that back.
Where it's highly recommended to lock everything up if you're gonna.
Yeah, we do have a second lock, so that was not like the only lock for our boat. But we're probably gonna want to replace that. I was a little disappointed.
And
What's up?
Also, you came back with the mask and you put your head in the water.
I did.
But you couldn't see it because it was murky, so you couldn't see the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance I could jump down there and dive in, and maybe if I got close enough, I could see it. But it was only like 3 to 5 feet visibility, and I don't even know how deep it is. Probably close to 20 feet, 15 to 20. I don't know.
It's hard to tell because the water's so clear.
Just probably, we don't have time to mess with it really, so I'll just get another one. Unfortunately, that's how things go sometimes.
We did some donations today.
Yeah, the Red Cross was closed at Sunday. We left it on the porch that's covered, and hopefully it'll still be there for them
We kind of
tomorrow morning.
We tucked it into the door,
Yeah.
so we're hoping. We left some of it, and then we have more stuff as we go. We'll donate
Do more
to the
donations.
various islands that we hit. We'll give donations to. So good stuff.
All right.
The school supplies.
And we have lots
School
of
supplies to give
donate.
away. Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's it. Talk to you later.
Bye.
De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto voy para Mayarín. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto voy para Mayarín. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto.
Oh, we made it to Grand Case.
It was a lot shorter than I thought.
Yeah, it's a short sail from Marigot. It's only 3.5 miles or something.
I'm eating a bread sandwich.
Yeah. And all these catamarans are they're filled with teenagers. Like each one has like a dozen teenagers on. I don't know what that's about. It's kind of strange, but maybe this is like a spring break for some country or something. So we've had a lot of failures. Well, maybe not that many failures, but there seems to be a lot of work on the boat. Our refrigeration now is not operating properly. Appears that the thermostat crapped out. We've had issues with reefing when we came. We've had issues with the engine. Our water heater failed. We left with some failures. Our anchor light hasn't worked for a while, and you know, if you wait until your boat has everything working, you're never gonna leave. So I thought we would have time to fix stuff though, and it's like yeah, we just getting food and doing dishes and making food and everything takes a lot of time, so you don't have as much time, free time, to do stuff. You know, if you want to go to the store to grab a loaf of bread, you got to set aside 3 or 4 hours. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna hop in the car, 5-minute ride to the store and 5 minutes back. It's a mile walk each way. So, you know, you got 30 minutes of 45 minutes of walking, get to the store, you got to find stuff, and of course that's walking, and then you have the dinghy ride, and right now our dinghy has a leak. I patched it for the 3rd time today. You have something to say?
Yes.
It's Daddy's birthday.
It is, yeah, it's my birthday.
You're 39.
Yeah.
And
I'm not over the hill yet. Can't call this a midlife crisis. I don't know.
what about the music?
Dude, this is the radio stations here are weird. When we turned this radio station on, it was like very reggae rap, and now it's slow jam. Like you get all kinds of music on these stations.
It's bizarre.
There, what is that called? I forget.
La Roche or
Roche Creole. It's that rock. There's supposed to be some good snorkeling there. We could have anchored close to that and then moved to, you know, the anchorage here isn't really considered that good of an overnight anchorage, but it seems fine to me right now, so I don't see a reason to move. Other than this puffy condition behind the mountain, we might move over there. You can see there's a gap in the mountains there that allows steady winds to come through over where the dinghy dock is, and we may move our boat over there to get out of this puffy condition. I would prefer maybe 20-25 knots steady than 5 and then 25 and then 5 and then 25. So I don't know, no rush, everything's good. Nobody puked on our trip over here, but we'll sit there. It was a short one.
It was like 45 minutes.
It was a short one, but we got far enough out to get into the swell, and we did bury our bow a few times and did not have our hatches dogged down tight. So we did, you can see there's all this clothes around, and that's because we took some water in through the hatches. And yeah, lesson learned. It's wise to batten down hatches before we go anywhere. So
the winds are high enough. The swell.
Yeah, it seems like they're pretty much predicting 20-knot winds and consistently here. So you know, anytime you get out of the lee of the island, you see pretty big swell and fairly stiff conditions.
Up to the upper 20s.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Can we go swimming now?
I think we can. Let's go swimming.
Yo como soy tan sencillo, pongo en claro esta trovada, compa, y yo no dejo el trillo para meterme en cañada. Óigame, compa, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compa, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Ay, pero estábamos comentando porque abandonado a Andrea. Estábamos comentando porque abandonado a Andrea, compadre, usted está para meterte con Dorotea. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. No hable de tu marido, mujer, mujer de malos sentimientos. Todo se te ha vuelto un cuento porque no ha llegado la hora fatal. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Ay, pero óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Ay, 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 canta y no llore, le haré. Compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Porque cantando se alegra, cielito mío, los corazones. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. No hable de tu marido, mujer, mujer de malos sentimientos. Todo se te ha vuelto un cuento porque no ha llegado la hora fatal. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Óigame, compay, no deje el camino por coger la vereda. Húyanle.
So we're replacing the belt for our auto helm. The wheel just comes off, just slides off the shaft, and the inner ring and outer ring, the autopilot just snap on and off. They just easily disengage. And there's 5 screws in here that I have to undo, but this is the old belt. One, you can see it's not straight anymore, it's kind of twisted. If you look closely, there's teeth missing on it and everything, so that's really shot.
I'm getting a rash.
There are some wear marks in the clutch wheel and some of these other wheel that are flat spots and stuff. Here's my new belt. I only have one spare, so this is going to go on. Hopefully it'll last us for a while. If we can get another one easily, we'll get another one. They're small, so they should be hopefully cheap to ship. But we just finished dinner at Rainbow in Grand Case. Excellent food, excellent service, and right now Julia and Avery are down on the beach meeting a couple of girls, making new friends, even though they can't speak the same language.
We're trying to use Google Translate, but they really haven't needed it. Just playing and just fun's international, so we don't have to worry about it.
So it's a good night. So we left Grand Cass this morning, and we are sailing to St. Kitts.
Start with your legs.
Behind me is Orient, and over here is Tintamar, I don't know how you say it. Tintamar. We motored a few miles because it was pretty much straight in the wind, but it's going to be like a beam reach. So it should be a pretty nice sail. We have upper teens 20 knots today. One reef in the main and a reef in the jib, and we're moving along at almost 7 knots. Last night we went to the beach and I had my cell phone in my pocket and got it wet, so it doesn't appear to be working at the moment. That's a problem. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that right now. I have electronics cleaner and some distilled water and stuff to rinse it off and try to put it in rice, but I'm not confident that's gonna work. So anyway, kids are just getting their sunblock on. And what did you guys think of Grand Cas? Grand Cas, good? We did some snorkeling yesterday.
We met French people and now they're our friends.
Yeah, you made friends with a couple French kids. All right, well, should be a pretty lively sail down to St. Kitts. I think we're still almost 50 miles or so, 45 miles. So hopefully we get there before dark. I think if we keep this kind of pace up, that shouldn't be a problem. But, all right.
Bye.
Next time on Sailing Diablo.
I'm gonna sing you a song, a very short song.